Welcome back, another episode. Episode 6 of Superman and Lois Season 4 intensifies the battle between Lex Luthor and the Man of Steel while also advancing a number of important DC series plot points. The last stakes for the Kent family and the others they've bonded with over the years are starting to become apparent as the live-action Superman series nears its conclusion with just 4 episodes remaining. The family's emotional relationship to Doomsday rendered him ineffective as a threat in Superman and Lois Season 4, Episode 5. Paving the way for Lex Luthor to be the last adversary to be confronted. Episode 6 opens with Lex Luthor in a rage, but it soon highlights the real consequences of Lex putting his resentment of Lois and Superman ahead of being involved with his daughter. This sets the stage for even more heinous deeds of evil from the legendary DC villain. The plot ultimately focuses on what is preventing Luthor from exacting his full retribution on Lois Lane and the Man of Steel, but in doing so, it also makes it very evident how dangerous every single individual in Smallville could actually be. Smallville contradicts Lex Luthor. Clark and Lana Lang go to speak with Eddie Manning about not completing the deal after Lex Luthor's scheme involves him offering her a lot more than the value of her land in exchange for her selling it to him so he can construct a new headquarters. It's interesting that throughout the conversation, Eddie shows Clark that she respects him by reminding him that refusing to accept Lex's enormous quantity of money is nothing compared to what you sacrifice, a clear indication that she knows Clark is Superman and that's why she turned down the sale. When Luthor tries to coerce Eddie into continuing the deal, the people of Smallville rally against him more forcefully, even though Lex offers $10 million to everyone in the bar if the deal goes through. While some of this is undoubtedly just the town's moral fiber, they have demonstrated in the past that they will come together to defend one another. The fact that this comes as more members of the Superman and Lois Season 4 cast reveal they have also figured out Clark Kent is Superman feels especially noteworthy, raising the possibility that Smallville is specifically defending the hero. Superman handles growing older. In Superman and Lois Season 4, Episode 6, Clark spends a significant amount of time worrying about the gray hair that is beginning to appear on his head. This bothers him so much that he purchases hair dye to hide these age symptoms. Clark clarifies the significance of this conversation by stating that he is concerned that the public may be alarmed by Superman's sudden appearance of age, even though at first glance this appears like a bit of a lighter narrative to balance off Season 4 and some of its more intense stories. Superman and Lex Luthor fight on the street. Lex attempts to have Lana Lang killed for her efforts to prevent Eddie Manning from selling her property to Luthor in a move that almost seems straight out of a comic book. When Clark Kent confronts him, Luthor reveals that he has had the entire road outside his base set up so the street lamps can turn to what looks to be red sun energy at his signal. The episode is titled When the Lights Come On by Idols, and the appropriate music plays as the two battle in the street as Superman is without his powers. Jordan and Jonathan maintain equilibrium their hero lives. Jonathan's dedication to his job is admirable, but everyone in his life feels that it is too great in Superman and Lois Season 4, Episode 6. Jonathan is overworking himself, according to Clark and Lois, and he even admits to skipping meals so he can keep racing around the globe. Although Jonathan later discloses in the episode that he is attempting to make up for Jordan stepping back from the superhero realm during this time, and his dad's continued recuperation. This burst of activity seems to be partly the result of his joy about gaining powers. Jordan's education, the two offer to fly their buddy Sarah to the locations she has been eyeing now that she is going to study abroad, which seems to be the perfect way for Jonathan to make up for his lack of action as a hero. A promising setup for Lex Luthor's biggest upgrade. The show's future and the specific threat that Lex Luthor is expected to pose are both delightfully hinted at in the last scene of Superman and Lois Season 4, Episode 6. Amanda McCoy, Luthor's ally and teasing love interest, tells the villain she's committed to helping him in his mission to take down Lois and Superman because Doomsday has vanished since Lois spoke with him and because Lex's plans to beat Clark in a fight and purchase Eddie Manning's land have both failed. She also implies that Lex has been approaching the situation incorrectly, and that the first thing we need to do is get you a killer suit. This sentence seems to build up the appearance of Lex's warsuit, a mechanical suit that is utilized in the comics and some adaptations to level the playing field between the human Luthor and his Kryptonian adversary, given that it refers to Luthor's battle with Superman. For more videos, subscribe.